Dark and Darker, Shade and Shader, Dick and Dicker.
Good morning, everyone. My name is One Peg, and in today's video, we're going to talk about Dark and Darker. See, there's the possibility that Dark and Darker may have, I guess, stolen some assets, possibly an entire game from Nexon. So this morning, my time anyway, a Korean staff blogger by the name of Woody posted an article on the popular gaming site This Is Game. It stated that Dark and Darker may have been created from stolen assets from the gaming media.
Yo, the homie couldn't have at least translated that? Google Translate that shit?
Mega corporation Nexon. To be fair, this entire article was written in Korean. And
guys, it's just me. Doesn't Nexon like kind of have a bad reputation?
I'm using Google Translate to the best of its ability to translate this, but for the most part, I think the translation is accurate and you definitely get the idea. And for those unfamiliar, Nexon is a Seoul, Korea, South Korea-based company that is most famous for having created the game MapleStory. Although Nexon has developed a large series of other games, all of them, for the most part, are gacha games. They're games that are derived from taking money for premium currency and whatnot, skins, all of that other stuff, trying to incentivize all of us into...
Oh no, Korean microtransactions. Can you imagine? Yo, I played BDO. It's so bad. It's so bad. This is why these games never last.
Going in as whales into whatever game it is that they've been producing.
Dude, honestly, if they stole the IP from Nexon, good. Good. Otherwise, people are gonna be... Who knows what kind of microtransactions you're gonna have in a game like Dark and Darker if they didn't steal the assets, right? You're just gonna get like free teleport out of the dungeon for 20 bucks, like.
Before I get into the meat of this video, though, I want to be very clear that there are no sources, actual sources, being cited in the article. They don't reference anyone at Nexon, they don't state that they have a source at Nexon, and they do not link to any external source. They don't even state that they had a conversation with anyone at Nexon or anyone close to Nexon, or provide any other media than a few screenshots that were taken from a games showcase that was teasing a project from August 2021.
Yo, that looks like Dark. That looks like Dark and Darker.
Also, while I have attempted to reach out to Terry, the CEO of Iron Mace Games, as well as a couple of other developers that I've been working closely with at the development team over the course of...
Bro, I want to fight whatever that is. Hold up, go back. Where was this in the game, man? That looks lit.
For the course of the various playtests, I have not been able to reach or gain comment from any of them about this, and given the time of day that I'm recording this, it's likely that they are kind of going off to sleep right now. You know, they've been working, I don't know, 30 and 40-hour days at a clip trying to make sure that the server stayed up, so
Yeah, dude, this playtest was so bonkers. They had a ridiculous amount of players. Dark and Darker playtest. There. Yeah, here. Fourth playtest crossed 2 million users. Yeah, they were so busy. They were constantly doing hot fixes throughout the entire process, making changes, fixing soft spots, especially the cave troll. They were doing a lot of work on the cave troll. The Discord was going crazy. They had to extend the playtest multiple times. The devs were like, they were so busy. They need a break. They deserve it.
Author states that the majority of people that are working for Iron Mace Games right now, developing Dark and Darker, are from a mass exodus of employees that at one time worked for Nexon on a project coined Project P3. The article alleges that the developers were disenfranchised with being told to stop development on what is being coined as Project P3. The article then states that in March of 2022, there was an interview that was done with an executive at Nexon where the executive stated that Project P3 had been halted and shifted its development away from Project P3, which was being designed as some form of a dungeon crawler, where in the screenshots you can see that it looks relatively similar to that of Dark and Darker, to a project called or coined as P7, which was being developed to be a Tarkov.
Can they not come up with better names for this, please? Also, yeah, I could totally see Nexon like dungeon crawler, microtransactions, sell your stuff in the market, like kind of like ARPG style, but it's a first person, obviously, rather than like, dude, good. Thank God they stole the IP, man. Thank God they stole the IP.
like shooter experience. The article went further to say that in September of 2021, Nexon posted a job listing looking for someone that specialized in data gathering for tactical movement and firearms handling, between how the firearms were supposed to be held in the hands to posture, moving between cover, etc. This coincides with the idea that the project was shifted away from, again, a dungeon crawler experience to something that was much more Tarkov-like. Now, if we line this up with timing, the article states that the corporation for Iron Mace...
Can they stop putting guns in my fantasy games? Just let me have my fantasy roleplay, man. I'm sick of all the guns, dude. Just bows, magic, swords, like... Just leave it at that. And let us enjoy it, you know? Let us enjoy the fantasy.
According to corporate filings, was created in October of 2021, shortly after this job posting was made. So this at least seems like it has a little bit of merit. The article then goes further to say that the development team that had been working on Project P3, which now was moving to the Tarkov-esque P7, became jaded with having to move away from that project, which they apparently deemed to be something that would be successful for Nexon, and instead started leaking assets from P3 that they had been working on to the...
Yeah, I'd be jaded too. Because literally your company comes up to you and is like, yeah, your idea, shit. Your idea, horrible. P3, terrible name. P7, put some guns in it. We're copying Tarkov. We're gonna steal the ideas from everyone else, and we're not gonna do this original thing. Yeah, I'd be jaded too.
Outside, going so far, I guess, as to have been caught in some of these instances and disciplined, again, according to the article. I know that I keep saying according to the article, but again, this is literally the only source that exists, and there are no other sources listed, so I apologize. Subsequently, the article also states and believes that the core team of P3 has either all quit.
I will say it's a bit of a stretch, guys, to be making all these videos about stolen IP with one... Did I just... Okay, we got free neck. Making all these videos about stealing IP with one unconfirmed article on the internet. And, I mean, it's huge if true. But, honestly, I don't think it'll ever get confirmed. Like, what is Nexon gonna do? Take a lawsuit out on these guys? On Iron Mace? We'll see.
Quit or been fired, and following that event banded together to create Dank and Danker. It also says that there are some members of that core old P3 team that are still working for Nexon on Project P7. Why they went so far as to say that, I'm not sure. Perhaps that is the source that they are getting the information from. Finally, the article states that...
I said, is Iron Mace even... Because Nexon's in Korea, right? Iron Mace. Now that I think about it, what other games have Iron Mace done? Dank and Danker? Is that it? Is Dank and Danker their only game? I was looking at this earlier, because like... Oh, they are in Korea! Oh no, so that means like actually suing, Nexon suing them is much more a possibility since they don't have to deal with like international laws and stuff. Wait, so they are in Korea, and this... Is this their only... And this is their only game? And for a game studio to put out a game of this polish on their first game is so shocking. Do they have their team listed somewhere? They don't have their team listed. Oh. Yo, if you can find this definitely show me in the comments. I'll read all the comments. What I'm wondering about is why hasn't Nexon said anything about this? This is the 4th playtest. Why haven't they said anything about this? If it was really a stolen IP, they could take him to court.
Nexon has reviewed the possibility of taking legal action against Iron Mace, but has been contemplating on what it is that they could or should be doing. Now, if, of course, Nexon has the ability to prove that Iron Mace has actually been the people both leaking the information and utilizing the assets to their own benefit, that has yet to be seen. But if they can do that, perhaps then they obviously...
Which they should be able to do, because if they had those images, those screenshots of Project P3, which clearly is the same game, then they've got to have the data and the files to show that they own this IP.
Have some legal ramifications that they could take against Iron Mace, but...
They would have emails with all the artists and the concept artists and the devs and like And if these guys used to be hired by Nexon, they would obviously have that information.
I think we all can agree that that would be a big shame. So to this, I
It
have a
would be
few
a big
thoughts.
shame.
To the
It would be a big shame because I absolutely love Dark and Darker. When this game comes out, I'm gonna play them. I'm gonna play it. I was gonna say curse word, but I'm gonna play it so much. Like I played the fourth playtest was my first playtest, and absolutely addicted. I put in about 50 hours off stream playing this game. It was so much fun. So it would be a real shame if this got taken away from us.
folks at Iron Mace Games, and I hope those guys, if they are watching this, have stuck around long enough to see this from me. We love you guys. Everyone that I talk to thinks that you guys are fantastic game devs, and you're doing everything that you are doing for us as gamers and for your game all the right way.
Amazing
We
game.
think that you guys are creating something unique, fun, frustrating, engaging, and,
Very
and
frustrating.
addicting.
I died. It took me 2 hours to get my first successful extract, and I was playing solo, so no one was teaching me the game. But yeah, Fantasy Skyrim Tarkov, amazing idea, so much fun. Please, please do this game justice. I would really hate to see some legal action taken and then delaying this game so much further.
In all of the right doses. Personally, I know that if I get killed in a game like this, I get frustrated, but not to the point of wanting to quit. I get frustrated in that I want to build back up as fast as I possibly can.
It's a good kind of frustration. It's the nice kind. It's a challenge. That's the fun part. Like, it's so much more rewarding now that I know how to clear mobs and I know how to get loot and I know how to navigate the game and the maps. I feel so much more accomplished now because it was such a struggle in the beginning.
Back to the thing that I'm trying to beat, and the struggle bus is where I have always
bus.
tried to
game
remain
design,
as a
struggle
gamer.
bus.
I like
You
the
should have to
growth
struggle.
curve, having to build myself up again. Once you kind of get there, it's boring, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Second,
This is why games like League of Legends or like Valorant with the ranked ladders are so much fun, right? It's because there's always a challenge. There's always something to push yourself towards, right? Which is why people always keep coming back to it. Even if it's the same maps, it's the same guns every single time, and people still every day they're coming back for it, right? Because they want to push themselves.
was said in the article is true. Honestly, good for Iron Mace. I don't condone stealing, obviously, but this has a very Robin Hood-esque feel to it, where Terry and SDF and their band of merry men are trying to take on and beat the media conglomerate that is fleecing everyone for all of their pennies. On their own website, the Iron Mace site states that they're tired of companies fleecing people for all of their money, or being run like online casinos, or selling their souls for an easy payday. We all know that Nexon would have stuffed as many microtransactions into the gamma container of this game as they possibly could, trying to milk every gamer for every penny that they could possibly squeeze out of them. And that would kill the charm that this game...
Can you imagine all the skins that would have been in the playtest by now? And Iron Mace was giving them out for basically just for playing the game with the blue essence or whatever the heck it was called, right? Like I got a ton of cosmetics just from playing the game. And if you knew what you were doing, you could get all the cosmetics and all your characters. Okay, maybe not all the cosmetics and all your characters, but it was very, very achievable, okay? And there was no pay to win. There was no microtransactions. The beta was free. There was no pre-ordering, okay? They were just doing this, and they were just doing this incredible service for the community to try out the game. And when it comes to full release, I'm definitely going to buy it. I'm definitely going to buy whatever the full package is just to support them because Iron Mace is doing an incredible job. Great game.
Has created for so
many.
I
know I'm riding their dick, but
it's
like,
very possible that Iron Mace is going to have a legal battle on its hands. And if so, I hope they come out of this as unscathed as they possibly can. Because the last thing that we need as gamers is another decent indie game dev losing directorial control to another Activision fleece machine. I'm looking at you, Bungie. Anyway, guys, that's what I have for this one. Thanks so much for coming and checking it out. My name again is OnePeg. You can find me at twitch.tv/OnePeg, where I stream every day around 7 to 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. As always, please consider subbing the channel here or follow me on Twitter at OnePegMG. And I'll see you in the next one, okay? Peace. Hey, guys, link to the video in the descriptions. Go ahead and leave a like, drop a comment over there. Show them some love for making the video. But yeah, totally agree on a lot of the points. Really hope that it's not true, and obviously that Nexon doesn't end up doing a bunch of legal action on it. But yeah, that's all for me. I just wanted to check out that video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.